You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the Nightwatch zone. No!
You think it's over now? You're wrong.
All aboard the night train.
It's over, Prime. This is the siege. I'm a man of my word.
Hey. Yeah. Dead or alive, consider this home. No killing the vibe in the Nightwatch zone. Xenomorphs hype when the lights come on. Hit like and subscribe and the show might blow. Go viral, no COVID. It's a spiral emotions. Hand on the Bible. Only go sign on the dopest your vitals. Better tune in, yeah, you know it's vital. From Schwarzenegger to Kane Hodder, Corey G down to Harry Potter. Shit's Sigourney Weaver, love the Nightwatch zone. Come with me to the Nightwatch zone.
There are two things a man should never run from, even if they cost him his life.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are tonight on Battleworld, ready to rock and roll. Corey enters with me, Killian and Eric. And guys, tonight we are having the #1 contender matchup. It's absolutely bonkers. This is our 16th episode. Wow. So we've had 15 episodes to get to this point. Someone's got to face the guy in Crystal Lake. And we're going to find out who it is tonight. Real quick, just to catch up into the chat with you guys and say hello. Jeez. All right. Brandon the Belda has already entered the arena. $2 super chat.
Called it.
Which, of course, says I can spare a few bills for Freddie. So what we're doing, guys, we're going to be figuring out who's going to win between these two contestants, category by category. But you guys in the chat, let us know who you would like to win. And if you do a super chat, then your dollar amount will count as points to that movie. So, wow. Brandon starting already, man. What's up, Jose? Good to see you. I know, man. Ronan's in the house. We knew Ronan would be here. Hey, what's up, Russell and Denisha? Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Ronan's throwing out the emojis. I love it. You gotta love it. I love it, man. Val's in the house. What's going on?
Hey,
Good to see you, Val. Yes. Brandon saying, I shared up the stream. Freddie broke my bank last week, but I hope Nightmare wins this battle once again. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you, man. Seriously.
Right?
Oh, wow. Dan's in the house. What's going on, Dan?
Hey.
Good to see you, man. And for everyone stepping in, also, welcome. Rick's in the house. Good to see you too, Rick. Hope you're doing well. Saying, been looking forward to this one, right?
Me too.
Exactly. This is going to be absolutely bonkers,
be
guys.
Hard.
I
haven't been looking forward to it.
The toughest one of all time, man. Friday in the house. Troy.
Hello.
Sarah's in the house.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Queen Sarah.
S is in the house. What's up? Good to see you. And D. All right. Katie, How you doing, Katie? Good to see you.
Hey, Katie.
All
Hey,
right.
Katie.
I think we're about caught up. And for everyone else stepping in, Samuel, Jen, good to see you too. Wow, Jason. All right. And May. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Thank you
May.
guys for being
Hello,
here.
May.
So this is going to be crazy, but we got to figure out officially it's like the weigh-in, guys. It's like the weigh-in. We got to figure out officially who we got going on this week. So Coriander, I'm going to have you tell us about the first contender tonight.
Okay, guys. So here's a man that believes silence is golden. He's a fan of the fall and loves his pumpkin spice latte. The fastest slow walker of all time. Let's have a round of applause for the boogeyman himself, Michael Myers from Halloween 78.
All right. Okay. And Eric, who do we have in the other corner tonight?
Well, that was a good intro, but Springwood, Ohio has their own version of the boogeyman. We got a person that is not afraid to take out the sins of the parents onto their children. A man that is either the man of your dreams or the man of your nightmares, because we all got to sleep sometimes, and eventually you'll see him when you close your eyes. We have Freddy Krueger and the original 1984, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh, all right. Kill. Listen,
Man.
let me just say something, man. Look, you know we grew up on these guys, man. What's your thoughts here so far, man?
Look, man, I'm gonna take it back to an old wrestling term. This right here is gonna be a slobber knocker. Okay. I mean, look,
you go.
All four of us, we love these franchises, and I know we say this every time, Mike. This one is gonna be hard. This is so hard. I don't even know. I don't know
either, man. This is so friggin' difficult, man. But we got to go through it. And as we have said for the last couple weeks, we had been waiting to see what would happen, to see if someone could get 3 victories in Battleworld, so they would have the opportunity to travel to Crystal Lake and challenge Jason Edward Voorhees for the heavyweight championship of the world. And tonight we've got 2. It's only right that it's the big 3 that are duking this all out. But Kill, I hear something. Do you hear them coming?
I hear it. It's coming.
So for you guys in the chat, for you guys watching the replay, sit back, relax, and let's get ready to go into Battleworld.
Just meet me at my porch at midnight. Oh, and meanwhile, whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Michael!
Kill the boogeyman.
There it is. There it is, baby. You see that Kill? You see what I was doing there?
I see the
Did
symmetry.
You see that? Hey, it's there. If you pay attention to it, it is there, bro. I had so much fun doing that one, man. All right, man.
Good
I'm
job.
just telling you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
really. Whew. All right. Real quick in the chat, you guys know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go category by category. Let's get this one getting started. RMJ jumped into the chat too. Oh, and also Val stepping in with a $5 super chat. This one
Very
is
nice.
easy for me. Halloween 78 wins, hands down, low budget, simple production, yet turned out one of the scariest movies ever. Okay, Val has thrown down the gauntlet. She's throwing 5 points to 78, and we haven't even started yet. You guys are all right. Sir James in the chat saying this sucks ass. They're both great movies.
Oh man,
It
Sir
does.
James, who you with this time, Sir James?
That's right.
Woo. Oh my god. All right, let me catch these guys are working
Participate
hard
very
today.
wisely, Sir James.
Right?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Ronan said, can people still receive memberships, or is this literally all the members? I was hoping to break the stream tonight. Bro, thank you so much. And Ronan gifted 10 memberships, man.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Crap, bro.
You're
Man.
awesome, man.
Good for you,
You
dude.
guys, I don't even know what to say about all of you guys. It's
Wow, man.
crazy how generous you are.
Thank you guys so much, man. Seriously, it means a lot, to us, and we just enjoy getting together for you guys every week and just working on this stuff.
Spending
and having
time
fun
with you all, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow, Ronan, thank you so much. We gotta do at least a clip for Ronan, because Ronan's been just kicking it, man. What do you mean?
He's a cheerleader, man.
He really is,
He
man.
is.
And
Yeah.
it's
I
very,
love it.
very cool. Ronan,
Yeah.
okay, this one is for you. Here we go.
Are you kidding? Oh man.
That is not what I thought you were gonna do.
The night is still young, Kill.
It is. It really,
Dude,
really
every
is.
time you play that, every time this
love
guy tries to he'll be sitting on the couch, and I've said it before, and he's like trying to do this dumb magic trick with the pillow, and he makes that sound. And
This
it's
is
like,
so funny.
it is not.
Ooh.
Yes. It's like,
Hey,
oh shit.
real
dude.
quick too, Joker. I did hear about the illustrated version of the 70
too.
novelization. Thank you so much, man. I saw
Very
your
cool.
comment too, man. Thank you for keeping me up on that stuff too. Seriously.
Oh, I bet that looks good.
Yeah, man. Yep,
Oh,
absolutely. And Sarah also has gifted a membership. Sarah.
Oh.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you.
Bow to
Thank
the
you, Sarah.
queen.
The queen herself. And just so amazing to support the other night on Halloween
man.
Fest too. She's like, can we get to 100 by Halloween? I was like, well, I didn't think so, but when you have the support and encouragement from everyone, it's really, really cool. But thank you so much, Sarah. We love you. And Ronan coming in again with another gifted membership. And Sarah.
My goodness. Guys.
Oh, you guys, seriously, thank you guys so much. Seriously, you guys, man, speechless. I'm speechless. But thank you so much.
So are you. All of you guys are awesome, honestly. Without you all, we wouldn't be here. So thank you.
Yeah,
true.
Absolutely. And hey, to Backtrack Cinema, our good friend, the J-Man, he's like, I got Nightmare all the way. Yeah. I know you do, man. We're gonna see. It's gonna be tough.
Guys, we've seen that. We've seen that battle. Come on.
Yeah. Julie's in the house. What's going on, Julie? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Ronan, I'm not effing done. Oh man, you're all right though. Seriously.
Right.
Sarah said how close to 100 are. I'm not exactly sure, Sarah. I'd have to take a look. I know that we were at 81.
Like 10, maybe 9 away, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that and not be right, but I know earlier
Something
today
like
we were
that.
at 81. So, but thank you so much, Sarah, for just trying to make this happen. Seriously, it's crazy. And hopefully
Right?
for you guys that are being gifted the memberships, definitely make sure you thank these folks. You know, Sarah, Ronan, Val,
Yes.
everyone that's done it. Jennifer, Eric, the other night went crazy. Bearded Entertainment went crazy on here. So
They
thank you. Thank you
did,
so much.
man.
Very
All
cool.
right, guys. We're gonna start the categories and rock and roll here. So, Eric, you know what we gotta do, brother. First off, the
pray.
poster. Yeah, we can't delay any longer, man. This is so difficult. It's like two of your children, right? But Eric, we got to talk about the posters, brother. So we've
Okay.
got the poster for Nightmare on Elm Street 1984, and we got the poster for Halloween 1978. So what are your thoughts, and who's getting the point, brother?
Easy street for me, Halloween. Reason why
Wow.
I'm honestly, a lot of people might think this is blasphemy. I'm not a big fan of the Nightmare poster. I don't like the way Freddy looks, just the bug eyes, and we don't really see the burns, but the bug eyes and stuff like that. Simple, talking about Halloween, simple to the point, the orange on the black, and then the fact that the jack-o'-lantern mirrors the kitchen knife. Perfection. It's one of the most perfect horror movie posters I've ever seen.
Wow. All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
Yeah, like leave this up there for just a second because it is really awesome. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Definitely Halloween.
Oh, okay. We're going with Halloween. Okay. Kill, how about you?
Oh man, this is hard for me. Can you go back to Nightmare?
Sure.
Man, I own one of these, but I'm gonna root for the one that I don't own. I gotta go to Nightmare on this one. I just love the way that the claws look like over the face. There's like a symmetry because it's like right in the middle. I agree with Eric. The bug eyes and the weird Freddy face, it does look weird, but it's just something about the way that this looks. And they're both perfection, but I got to go with Nightmare on this one.
All right. And Jen saying, who's that in the bed in the Nightmare poster? That's Nancy. So that's basically the artist's rendition of Heather Langenkamp. Julie saying, Halloween poster, Freddy was looking like a chihuahua.
Oh, that's funny.
Sam's going with Halloween. May says, looks like Johnny Depp.
What? Oh, no.
My God. We've got Stick World Series in the chat. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. And by the way, if you guys have not hit the like button, please do. It helps to support the channel, the easiest way to help support the channel. And if you can, also share out the stream like our good friend Brandon did, which was really, really cool. May said, but it's a girl. It is a girl. Definitely. Damien's in the chat. Good to see you. Man, everyone's going all over the place with this. Well, let me just say, I love both of these posters. If you've watched enough of our videos, you know these are two of my favorite posters, and I usually have them in one of my setups in the background. I think they're both amazing, but if I had to choose one, and also to say to you guys, because I know I posted out that we're doing this stream tonight, these are two of our favorite movies. I think I can speak for everyone here as far as just understanding that these are really amazing horror films. But for
Can you
me,
put that other poster up? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Thank you.
It's like I just want to look at it. I know where you can see one on the wall. I gotta go. I gotta go with Halloween on this one, and it's because of the simplicity of it, but it's also so very artistic, and it just tells you all you need to know about the movie. It does all of those things at the same time, and I love the Nightmare poster. I truly do. But this is just so iconic. This is one of the most iconic horror posters ever. So I got to go with Halloween on that one. Woo. Okay. Sarah saying the Nightmare one is cool, but the Halloween poster is iconic. Yes. Wayne's in the house. What's going on, Wayne? Good to see you. Jose's going with Halloween. And Brandon coming in, $2 super chat. He's going in strong. I'm giving every category to Nightmare tonight. That's I don't even know what
no.
to say. That's awesome. Oh my god, too funny. Yeah, man. Ronan saying it smashes the thumbs up or else it gets the hose. Silence of the Lamb. I love it. You're awesome, bro. Okay, next up, let's go to our next category, Eric, and we got to talk about the tagline. The tagline for these movies. Okay, so the tagline for Halloween is, of course, the night he came home. And the tagline for Nightmare on Elm Street 1984 is, if Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. What do we got, bro?
This is another easy one for me. Again, it's what's going to get me in the theater. I see the poster. What's going to get me? What fits well with the movie? Hands down, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
If I'm going to see Halloween, who's he? You know, why is it so important that he's coming back on Halloween? What's he going to do? I get it's a horror movie,
right?
But A Nightmare on Elm Street, if she doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. That sounds scary to me. You know what I mean? You know, what's going to happen if she doesn't wake up at all? You know, why would she be dying, obviously, in her sleep? So it fits the movie better. And I think it's actually kind of scary when you read it.
Okay. All right. How about you, Coriander?
Say him again. What was it?
For Nightmare on Elm Street, the tagline is, if Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. And of course, for Halloween, it's the night he came home.
I am going to go with Halloween. Because I like how it, because shit's going to go down because look at the friggin' blade here. So hell yeah.
Okay.
Definitely this. Yeah.
All right.
Halloween.
Kill. How about you?
This is the first easy street for me. I'm going with Halloween. The Nightmare one, it's too many words. It's too much stuff. Like, oh, if she don't wake up, she's going to be late for school. But remember, she loves going to school a lot. You know, it's a lot of words. It's a lot of words. This one, I agree with Eric. I don't know who he is, but I'm assuming he is this hand with these veins popping out of it, stabbing the hell out of something. And he's coming home and he loves Halloween. So I'm going to go with Halloween on this one.
All right. In the chat, man, we're all over the places. I knew we would be. This is truly going to be a tough matchup. We got people for Nightmare, Rick. We've got Brandon, just another horror fan in the chat, going with Halloween. Wayne's going with Nightmare. Friday saying the night he came home is iconic. Yes. May saying, Night, you said that's so smooth. That's why it sounds cooler. And sometimes that can make a difference, how it sounds. Stick World Series going with Nightmare. Well, I'm going to tell you what. May's laughing. I'm going to tell you what. This is actually tough for me because I think both taglines do something different. One is very basic and just hits you, right? The other one makes me think a little bit. You know, it's a little bit more complex. I love both of these taglines, to be honest. This is like a good example of some great taglines to really get you set up. But I'm going to tell you guys, when I first went into the video store and saw the VHS covers for them, when I read the tagline for Nightmare on Elm Street, I was just like, what? And it just totally just captivated me. So I'm going with Nightmare on this one because I just think that for me, it's like if she doesn't wake up screaming, she's not going to wake up at all. It's like, damn, you know what I mean? What is that about? You know what I mean? So it just kind of captures my attention. Although Halloween's is definitely iconic and great, but yeah, I'm going with Nightmare on this one. Jen isn't going with either one, but you got to pick one. Mike is going with Halloween. All right. This is going to be tough, guys. I can tell. One is straight to the point. The other is mysterious. I absolutely agree. No doubt. All right. Next up, let's talk about the opening. So, of course, the opening is the first couple minutes of the movie. It could be 10 minutes or so, depending on, what's presented. So, Eric, what do you think, man?
Okay. How I'm doing the opening, I'm doing from the beginning of Nightmare to when Tina wakes up, and then I'm doing the opening of Halloween to the big reveal. You guys know what I mean when we see who it is. I'm going with Nightmare, and here's why. I really like the opening for Halloween, and I think, but we get that shock value that it's a little kid doing this. I think there's more to Elm Street, where first off we see Freddy making the glove to that great score. Tina's in a boiler room. Why? She's being chased. We have goats, baying at her. We have, we get to see the glove cut through some cloth. He pops up right behind her. It's a good jump scare. And then that shot where she it looks like it's painful when Amanda Wyss sits up in her bed. You know what I mean? I think it's just a perfect opening for a scary movie.
All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
Oof. I mean, Nightmare is good. It is good. But Halloween, I love how, in the beginning you get the pumpkin and the music, and then it flows into, just how the movie starts. And, I love how, oh shit, I lost my train. But anyway, I'm giving it to Halloween because when they're driving up to the place where Michael was, the doctor and the nurse, they're Loomis, and all the patients were outdoors. I mean, right then and there that something's wrong. And I just think this is a better opening. It's a nightmare. Yeah, everybody has nightmares. You know what I mean? But this is not dealing with a nightmare. This is a lunatic that escaped and is going out to Haddonfield to, raise hell.
All right. Okay, cool. You're going with Halloween on that one. Kill, how about you?
Man, this is tough. I like them both, and I like how Nightmare thrusts you pretty much right into the nightmare world, the dreamscape, and everything Freddy does. But I'm gonna go with Halloween because that reveal, man, essentially seeing it from the eyes of the murderer, seeing that the murderer is killing his sister. And then ripping the mask off, and you see pretty much one of the cutest kids ever. And it's like, oh, holy crap. If he did this as a kid, what is he going to do as an adult? Is that his hand on the poster? Yeah, and you mix in the music. It's just iconic. And, when I combine all that, I got to go with Halloween.
All right. Okay, and real quick too, in the chat, and if you guys have not, at one point it said we had 55 people in here. This is absolutely crazy. Val and Sarah and Jen, if you guys could kind of keep track of likes and reminders to people and so forth, that would be amazing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. If you haven't subscribed to Eric's channel, which is in the description, the link, and we'll get the link in the live chat as well. Please do that as well and help support us. We'd love it. Jennifer's in the chat. Good to see you, Jennifer. Hope you're doing well. Saying this is a tough one. They're both are great movies. Yes. Brandon saying, would the opening of Halloween be any more memorable if it didn't open with a 6-year-old Michael being the killer?
That's the way I was looking at it.
I think it's all about perspective. I mean, I still think that. Look, okay, let me give you my answer. This is tough because I love both. I really, really do. And both of them are great examples of how to open a horror movie. But there's no lying. There's never been any lying on this one. There's no way that I couldn't give Halloween this point. And you guys already kind of said it. The way it opens up, it's one of the best openings to a horror movie. Just look, I've never been more invested in credits, okay, as I am with Halloween. That's number one. And the music just hits you. And then it's like it takes you on this journey with the POV by the great Dean Cundy. Shout out to Dean Cundy, cinematographer. You guys learn about these people, man. There's a lot of great people behind the camera on these fantastic movies other than directors and actors, okay? But you don't know what's going on. And Judith gets killed, and the way that it happens to me is just iconic. Even if when that mask was pulled off, it was a teenager or a man and he was standing there kind of blank looking, it still would have been a great opening, in my humble opinion. So there is no doubt I got to go with Halloween on this one.
It's very Hitchcockian.
Yes, thank you. Preach.
Yeah, and I don't want you guys or the chat to get me wrong. I'm not dinging it just because wow, shock value. I'm just comparing it to the opening of Elm Street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And the great thing about Elm Street is, again, you're like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Of course, Tina, you're so invested in Tina. Of course, that's a twist. That's the swerve of the movie, because right off the bat, you're following her. And of course, we don't follow her for too long. But anyways, and Val, thank you. 52 people in the chat, only 39 likes, guys. Please hit the like button. And Val and Jen and Sarah, if you guys could please keep track of that and just remind people. May as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, that was a tough category. Let's go to our next one. We got to talk about the music. The music of these two iconic films. Eric, what do we got?
This is easy for me. I'm going with Halloween. I love the opening score to Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I mean? When he's building the glove. That's very spooky. And it is iconic in its own little way. You know what I mean? But then you take that type of iconic and you put iconic with Halloween. You know what I mean? People who don't watch horror movies know the theme to Halloween. Horror movie fans know the theme to Elm Street. So there's really no comparison for me. Gotta go Halloween.
All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
I have to go with Halloween also. I love the music with this movie. I mean, it just fits it so perfect. I'm not saying Nightmare's music isn't good either, because it is. And I'm not saying it doesn't suit that movie. But I just like Halloween's a little bit more. So.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
This is super easy street. Any music that tries to go against Halloween loses. I mean, really, seriously, think about it, guys. That's all I got to say. Halloween.
All right. For me, again, it's easy, but I almost feel bad because if it was any other matchup, Nightmare probably would have won, because Nightmare has great music and it creates this nightmarish type of melody throughout the film, and it really is good. But there is no doubt Halloween, and you guys already said it, it's just fantastic music, so many different emotions that it pulls out of you, and it's just amazing that John Carpenter had the wherewithal to put this music to the movie. It's just amazing stuff. So gotta go.
Let me add one thing. Remember, when they did test screenings, people weren't scared until they added John's music to Halloween.
That's right.
So that's a lot.
Absolutely right. Yeah, the music is definitely a character. There's no doubt about that at all. So in the chat, it looks like we're pretty much going with Halloween on this one. Rick's going with it. Sarah's going with it. Virgo's in the house. What's up, Virgo? Julie's going with it. Mike's going with it. It's tough to go against Halloween as far as music is concerned, and Sarah's helping us out. Thank you so much, putting Eric's link in the chat. So make sure that you guys
Thank you, Sarah.
Subscribe to Eric's channel. And he's got some really cool stuff coming up, man. An interview and a little reunion with our boy Frenzy. That's really cool. I'm excited.
Next month we got a Friday the 13th, and we always reunite for that. So we will be doing a live stream on Friday the 13th next month.
Love it. Great stuff for all of us horror fans, man. Seriously. Brandon saying both are iconic, but Nightmare has much more of a dream-like tinkering theme. That is true. It is like a tinkering, dream-like theme, no doubt at all. Val saying music, Halloween to this day, when I hear that Halloween music, I get goosebumps and just start to cry because I know the shape is coming. There you go. You know what's up. Yep. Julie said, yep, when he's speed walking down the stairs. Oh my God. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. I love it. Exactly. Jensen, I would not recognize Halloween's music. Really, Jen? You don't know the Halloween
Really?
music? Wow.
Oh.
Time to fix that.
That is definitely rare because I know people that don't even watch horror movies that know that theme.
Well, that's what I was saying. Even my daughter, she
Yeah.
hasn't really watched the Halloween movies, but she knows the theme.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Our next category. Wow. We're going to talk about supporting characters. Okay. So we're talking about all the characters, obviously, except for Michael and except for Freddie, except for Lori, except for Nancy, and except for Thompson and Loomis. Okay. So it's everyone else. Okay. Everyone else except for those 3 apiece in each movie. Okay, Eric, what do we got?
Okay, you taking out Loomis takes us off easy street. So good for you.
Hey man, I'm used to doing this type of thing.
I'm still gonna go with Halloween, and here's why. No offense to Johnny Depp, he's great. Nick Corey and Amanda Wish, they're fine. And I don't mind Nancy's mom, that actress, but I just like the characters more in Halloween. I've been in love with PJ Soul since I was a kid. I still am, and she's really fun as Linda. I love Annie. I like the 2 kids, Tommy and
Lindsay.
Lindsay, thank you. I like everybody in the Halloween movie. The other ones in Nightmare, they're just okay. You know what I mean? So,
all right, okay. And Slasher and Suits in the chat too, saying 1, 2, Freddy's Coming for You is a song that's iconic. The lyrics are better in Nightmare. That's a good point. Lyrics. Yep. And that theme, that it's so cool, man. It is so cool. And of course, Heather Langenkamp, I believe it was, I don't know if it was her boyfriend at the time, but helped with that. But it's funny how some of this stuff has come together and become what it is, just with the creative people behind it. Coriander, how about you when we talk about supporting characters?
All right, I'm gonna have to give it to Elm Street on this one.
Okay.
And we all know why. It's because of Mr. Depp. So there we go.
All right. Kill, how about you?
Okay. This is hard. And I agree with Eric. You did the right thing by leaving Loomis out, because if Loomis was in it, I would have said Halloween. But I'm going Nightmare on Elm Street here because, yeah, you had Johnny Depp and you had the rest of the teenagers, but you got Saxon, man. You got Saxon, man, and you know Sax. You got the Sax, man, and he's a sheriff and he's Heather's dad. I mean, to me the numbers for this one just stack more on the Nightmare side. So
okay, all right. And Brandon saying supporting characters Nightmare far more interesting. All right. Julie saying no Loomis. Okay, have to go with Nightmare.
See, yep, exactly.
Russell saying the same thing. Julie knows what's up. John Saxon, no doubt.
That's right.
Peace. Rest in peace. Ty also going with Nightmare. Rick's going with Halloween though. Rick is like, I'm staying strong to the cause. So is May. All right. Now for me, this is challenging, man, because I think that both movies have some really good supporting characters. And I think when you're a great movie, when you're an iconic movie, you have to have good characters because you have to be invested in the damn films. But if I have to pick one, and it is challenging, I'm gonna have to lean towards Elm Street. And it's really close, man. It's really close. But I think, when you got Saxon, you got Johnny Depp, you've got Amanda Weiss, who I think was really, really good. Nick Corey was good. Ronnie Blakely as the mother. I think she's very underrated in this movie because there was a lot of complexity to her character. She was very caring with Nancy, but also obviously withholding a secret. So I think that she had some great stuff going on in the film. So I'm going with Elm Street. Okay. Next up, we got to talk about the story, which is the better story. Okay, Eric, what do we got?
For me, this one's easy. I'm going with Elm Street. Don't get me wrong. I like Michael being this being of evil ever since he was a child. He's an unstoppable killing machine. But I like Elm Street because the whole dream effect. You know what I mean? Not then the creativity of the dream kills. But then when you throw in the fact that this guy was killed by the parents of Elm Street because he was already a child murderer, I love me a revenge story. So this is revenge in two ways, like I did with my opening. Revenge of the parents for killing him, but now he's getting revenge on them. So that's why Elm Street wins for me.
All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
Jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do Elm Street again.
You sound so upset at that.
I
know. She sounds upset when she says these.
You said you love them both. It's okay.
I do. But you know, like I said in the beginning, I've seen, you know, Jason and Freddy already do their thing. And I just think these silent killers need to be, you know, but I love Halloween, and I'm such a fan of Laurie, like you have no idea. So the fact that, you know, it's just, but I have to go with Elm Street because the story is just, you know,
we'll take it.
Eric said. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
This is tough for me because one story is a little bit more complex, but for me, that doesn't necessarily make it a better story. It just means it's more complex. I'm going with Halloween on this because it is more simplistic, but just the sheer curiosity of wanting to know why this kid killed his sister. Has been in an asylum for a while. This doctor that's been with him since a kid, he breaks out, goes back to the same town, and wants to continue killing. For me, yes, it's simplistic, but I'm engaged. Whereas the Elm Street story, yeah, he was a child killer. They burnt him, and now he's back. Yes, there's complexities there, but I'm just more engaged with the mental aspect of the Halloween story.
Okay. All right. For me, you know, this is a challenging one because, again, I mean, we're talking about, look, let's just be real about it. I mean, I think for all four of us, definitely I can speak for myself. These are the best of the best right here. So all of these categories are extremely challenging to some degree. Both stories are great at what they're trying to do. And I think that, you know, it's just difficult. But if I have to give a point to one, I'm going to give it just slightly to Elm Street. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I saw A Nightmare on Elm Street, it just totally blew my mind on multiple levels as far as the fear of it. But it was because it was something that was just so bonkers crazy, you know, getting killed in your sleep. And it stuck with me for so long. And I think that even though Halloween is a great story, and I think that it really does what it sets out to do, Elm Street just barely gets ahead of it for this category. So I'm going with Elm Street. All right. Wow. This is really, really, this is tough so far, guys. I'm just saying. Next up, The Kills. The Kills, Eric. Now, both of these films, as we know, there's not a lot of kills in them. But which film do you think does a better job of what it sets out to do?
Elm Street barely beats Halloween, and here's why. The kills in Halloween are very simple and to the point. And I appreciate that in that type of slasher movie. You know what I mean? I really do. I love the inventiveness in Elm Street. Tina's death, hands down, best in both of these movies. You know what I mean? It's hard to compare to that. Glenn's death, being dragged into the bed and the blood. Those two alone, I think, out-trump everything in Halloween. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some shitty kills in Elm Street with the bed sheet, and then I always make fun of of the mom's death at the end.
Yeah, you do.
But the two I am praising, there's no comparison because of how great they are, and then just the effects used to make them look as great as they are. Gotta go with Elm Street.
All right. Okay. Coriander, how about you?
Well, I think I am going to go with Halloween in this one.
Okay.
I mean, Freddy, yeah, he uses his knives, in pretty much every kill except the bed sheets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mhm.
So,
Yes,
and
I see.
Michael, I mean, he is choking you, he's stabbing you, and he's doing a lot more than just blades and, all that shit. So, yeah, Halloween.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Nightmare on this one, just for the imagination and the kills. Johnny Depp being sucked into a waterbed, and you don't even see Freddy's claws go in him per se, but you just see blood just squirting out of it like a geyser. It's just like that's just nightmare fuel, and it's iconic. So Nightmare.
Absolutely, man. For me, this is tough, man, because again, they're doing some different things here. But I will have to give the edge to Elm Street, and that's because of the fact you guys pretty much said it. Is that there's just different stuff going on, and you didn't know exactly how these kills were going to happen. But Tina's kill alone, and I've said it before in videos, I think it's one of the best kills in all of horror movies.
Mhm.
It's just
Agreed.
so visceral. To this day, it's still so effective. And part of that is, you got to give credit to Amanda Weiss. You got to give credit to the setup of her character and the way that Wes directed her. So yeah, it's slightly going to Elm Street on this one for me. Real quick too, Sarah is helping us out, asking people, make sure you hit the like button. We have 50 something folks that have been hanging in here pretty much on average. So please hit the like button. Carrie is in the house.
Hey,
saying
Carrie.
Nightmare has the better supporting characters. Supporting characters in Halloween said totally, way too much. Totally, Carrie. Totally.
It's okay. PJ can say whatever she wants.
Eric. And holy crap. Wow, guys. Sir James.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Wow, bro. Sir James
What did
coming
he do?
in.
Whoa.
$100.
Good night, everybody.
Hold his beer.
Oh,
It's gonna be an
wow.
early night tonight. All right.
Oh, man. Wow.
Well.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, guys. Good night. God bless. This was fun.
It's gonna. It looks like
See you
it
next
might
Nice.
it might be a silent killer heavyweight title match here.
Oh my God,
saying-
Sir James. Oh my
and he
God.
had said in the beginning, these are both great movies. He says, "Love
Mhm.
Elm Street,"
Right?
but Halloween '78 is the masterpiece. John Carpenter's
Yes.
score and camera work is amazing. Deborah Hill and
Yes.
Carpenter writing. Alfred Hitchcock would approve. I do
Yeah.
have to agree with that.
Wow.
He would
So-
approve, man.
So, Knight, how many clips are you going to play now for Sir James?
I love it, man.
Oh, man.
Look, we're gonna play a couple clips, but first of all, let me just say, Sir James, seriously, man, thank you so much. We really appreciate
Yeah.
all the support and just being here, all these streams, supporting us. I mean, that just means a lot. That's why we keep doing this. That's what helps to give us the fuel, man.
I want to say
Wow.
something before you play those clips. I'm just a guest here, for Battleworld. But the fact that anyone pays money, you know what I mean, for votes or what have you, is an amazing thing, and I'm very humbled. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah,
because
man.
you guys are enjoying what we're doing. But for 16 episodes, I don't know where Sir James started, but his bar tab, I don't want to know, but I just want to say thanks, dude. I really appreciate this as a content creator, showing that we are doing a good thing. So
That I think
Yeah.
you said it perfectly, because when we do streams like this or videos, and Eric's obviously, been a veteran, on YouTube for a long time too. And, we know so many other content creators, to have folks that come to streams on a regular weekly basis. I mean, that's a lot in and of itself. And for you guys that super chat or gift or whatever, it just means so much to us. And it makes us want to keep doing these things and work harder and do better and so forth. So, and it's inspirational to the whole community, like Eric was just saying, because we're very close with so many other folks that are content creators and have their own communities, which kind of interlock with our own. But Sir James, thank you so much, man. Totally speechless. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Okay, guys, let's do a couple of super chat clips here, man, because wow, it's crazy. Here's one that I know everyone might enjoy.
Gotta work that ass for daddy. No.
Who's my little piggy? I am. Yes, that's right. That's right. And you don't.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You all right, man? Eric, what are you about to say?
I was trying to process what Sir James did for us, and now I'm trying to process what the fuck I just watched with Tony the Tiger.
Oh, you've never seen that one?
I've seen that one before, but it's been a long time. I completely forgot it was in his inventory.
Yes.
Oh my god.
My little piggy.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have my own nightmares tonight.
Right? Thank you so much, Sir James. Seriously, man.
Yes.
You're all right.
Yeah.
I mean that with the utmost level of appreciation. And thank you guys for also acknowledging that and thanking Sir James. It helps out with all of us and keeps the community strong. And wow, it's just amazing stuff, man. Seriously, no doubt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God first in the chat saying iconic. Yeah, he is iconic, man. It's no doubt. Hales in the chat saying preach, Sir James, preach. Yes. Oh man, thank you guys so much. Seriously. All right, let's go to our next category. And wow, I don't know how this thing is gonna go, but let's go for it, Eric. The villain design. The villain design. So when we talk about these two icons, to me, two of the Mount Rushmore icons, whose villain design do you like better?
I'm not just saying this to give him some points. I'm going with Freddy, and here's why. I love the blankness, the emptiness to Michael. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more to Freddy that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, he's got the mask, but then he's just in a jumpsuit. Freddy's got the hat. I love the different colors on his sweater, not just because they're red and green, because they stand out more. And and then the burn makeup, it's more scary to me. So
all right, we're going with Freddy. Sir James also coming in saying you guys are great and put out top notch content. Love to support people who love good cinema. Oh man,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We really we appreciate it, man. Seriously, we enjoy doing this, and like I said, we just can't believe it. But thank you.
Yep.
Brandon said, y'all break and kill with these super clips. Yeah.
Brandon, they do it all the time, man.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
He's trying to build up a tolerance, but he can't.
I can't.
That's right.
There's still a clip that I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you never know. We'll see. I gotta hold out a little bit, bro. Jen, that was Tony the Tiger.
I used to like Frosted Flakes too.
That's right. And Wayne speaking the gospel, saying Eric's discussion on the Nightmare remake was very memorable. It was, man. Also, his discussion on Jason Goes to Hell, which actually gave me some insight that I never had before. So definitely.
Nice. Appreciate that, Wayne. Like I said, I like to try to defend movies and give my points. You don't have to agree with me, but maybe you'll think of them differently the next time you watch them.
Absolutely, no doubt. May saying, Night, Coriander, and Kill and the crew deserve the world. You guys are all
Aw,
right, man.
thanks. So
Seriously,
do you all, honestly, man.
seriously. Wow. Okay, so Coriander, let's
Yeah.
go with the design, the villain design for you.
All right. So, yeah. I mean, y'all, oh, God, it's just a mask. All right. It's just a mask. And I am going to have to go with Freddy on this one
Okay.
because, I mean, he's a lot more terrifying than Michael. I just have to say. So yeah, there you go.
All right. Kill, how about you, man?
I'm going Halloween here. And the reason for that is I think Michael in the darkness is way more terrifying. Now, granted, I love that Freddy is burnt. That looks awesome, and I love the glove. I have never liked the hat or the sweater. I feel it's like that's why I love New Nightmare. I love New Nightmare. He barely wears a hat. The glove, the claws look awesome. He's got that trench coat, the boots, got his Euro trash going on. I love it.
Yep.
It's the leather pants, isn't it?
Oh yeah. But the William Shatner mask for me, like that is just so iconic. Not being able to see eyes, the darkness in the eyes, and just the way that he's played in Shadow. Now we're talking about these two movies here.
Right.
You really don't see Freddy in this. He is in darkness, and when you do see him, he looks a little wet, like he's been swimming a little bit. It's weird. Michael looks good in the darkness because the mask.
You gotta remember,
Michael looks good in the dark because the mask is pale white, and it just stands out. Go for it, Coriander.
I was just gonna say burns ooze, man. They blister and ooze. So if he looks a little wet,
he's sweating. He's running around. Michael's just walking. You know what I mean?
It's realistic.
All right.
Hey, if I see Michael slow walking towards me, like with the knife in his hand, oh man,
I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna be able to, be faster.
All right, real quick in the chat, we got It's Mike in the chat saying, love the channel, guys. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. Glad to have you here. And in the chat, just to catch up here, we want to give a shout out to our good buddy Neil, part of the committee.
Neil and the cat.
Yeah.
That's right. Neil and the cat saying, I was going to drop in to make sure Halloween wins, but I see Sir James is fighting the good fight. He is fighting the good fight.
He
really
my
is.
God.
You guys, I tell you, you guys are all guys are all goated, Neil, Sir James, Sarah, Brandon, Ronan. You guys are all right. For me, this is kind of a challenging thing because I think both designs are really good, but Kill actually said almost exactly. Well, first of all, Kill, let me just say, I never knew that you weren't really a fan of the sweater and the hat. I know you did appreciate the new Nightmare design without the hat, but that just gave me insight to something that I never really knew or never thought much about for you, 40 something years later of these movies. So that was really cool insight as a bro. But let me just say, you said it perfectly. We're basing it off of the designs in these movies, right? And I do think that Freddy has a lot more going on. I love the fact that the glove, and even Robert used to say it, it's like the gun holster. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way he would have, his weight would kind of swing down to the side a little bit and stuff like that. That being said, I don't think the Freddy design is the best in this particular movie. So I gotta go with Michael. What was that?
What? Boo! I'm sorry.
That is the correct answer.
Listen.
What? No. Look, I was so glad that Sir James did his thing, but come on now, we gotta be honest here. It's a rubber mask against
It
know.
is. But look at that
so
image
good
right there in the dark.
Well, dude, look at. Come on, man. Come on.
I'm just being
There's
real.
certain well, no, because Killian was like, well, look at that image. Yeah, that's not the
That's
best
the
image.
shape.
You could have.
That's the shape.
Oh, man. All
I'm just
right.
saying. Listen, let me just say this: the thing
I get
about
it.
the Freddy design, and it is a good design, but I think that they bettered it as the movies went on. If this was Freddy from 2 or 3, then I might go a different route. But I just think that in the first movie, I don't think it was the best design. You know what I'm saying? It's still great, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, comparing it to Michael, and Michael, he always looked good in the shadows, in half light, and it just looked
with a
creepy.
good mask, with the good version of the mask, of course.
Yes, one of the best versions of the mask. Thank goodness. If this was any other Halloween other than the newer ones and the Rob Zombie first one, then Robert Freddy would have won. But
Yes.
All right. So that's what we're gonna go with. Julie saying the cats can rest easy tonight. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May saying, if this is the
So
Nightwatch zone,
exciting.
are we the watchers? You sure are. You sure are. Okay, and I know I'm way behind in the chat, but you guys know what's going on. Mike saying Michael was a ninja in the shadows, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Julie saying Coriander's got a point. Freddy's a real burn victim, and Michael's just a man in a Halloween mask. Is true.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
But it's one of the scariest masks on planet Earth.
It
Is it? Is it?
It just works.
It works.
Listen, man, I'm just saying.
See, I think it would be scarier when it's all muzzied up. You guys like the crisp, clean, white shit. I like the muzzied up stuff.
Oh, well, no,
that makes it scarier.
Yeah, no, I do too, man. I definitely appreciate, like, in the newer movies.
The perfect
how it's,
example
like,
of me
aged.
loving Freddy's look is the "This Is God" scene when you have that perfect amount of light shining on it. That's to me, it's no disrespect to Mr. Shatner, but I think that's a little more scary.
Yeah, no, that was one of the best scenes for the Freddy makeup, and that's why a lot of times when I do stuff with Freddy, that's the scene I pick, because that is a great shot. It's a great line, a great shot, and everything. One of the best shots of Freddy in the film, in my opinion. So, okay, next up, you knew we had to do this sooner or later. We got to talk about Craven versus Carpenter. All right, let's get ready, baby. Eric, what do you got, man? Which director came out on top?
And it's just these two movies, so I'm going with Wes. And here's why. I think Ronnie Blakely's scene at the end, be damned. I think Wes's choices were damn near perfect. The rotating room, just a lot of, again, the use of light with the "This Is God" scene. Right. So many examples. Here's my thing about Halloween. I said it earlier. Carpenter did a great job, but people weren't scared until he added the music. So if he didn't add that music, there'd be no comparison. So I think Wes did a lot better with what he had and what he put forth.
All right. But of course, John made that decision to add the music.
He did, but
so that's a good choice as a director.
He's lucky he made that decision.
Gotcha.
So, that's my point.
Eric. All right,
lucky.
I got you. All right, Coriander, which way are you gonna go with? She's like,
how about if we go? I'm gonna have to go with Wes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but
wow, Coriander and I are finally in sync in an episode.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
It's okay, because Wes is one of the greatest of all time. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Wes Craven, y'all. Yeah. All right. Kill. How about you?
Okay. These are both masters. And Coriander, don't be sorry, because I am going with John Carpenter. Look. So John Carpenter did more with less.
Ooh,
he did more with less. He had no formula really to go by. You know, and on top of that, he also did the music, which is iconic for this movie. It's iconic. His music is iconic for the holiday of Halloween. Okay, like kids go trick-or-treating and maybe have never seen this movie, but they hear that music in people's houses as they're coming up to get candy. You know, they're both great movies, both great directors, but I just have to give it to John. You know, and if he did not also do the score, I might have went more on to the Wes Craven side, but John Carpenter.
Okay, all right. In the chat, Ginger Ninja, a boy is in the chat.
Ninja.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Jennifer is going with Wes Craven. Neil is going down the middle, and I'm voting for Wes Carpenter. Love it.
We'll take it.
Love it. Brian's going with John Carpenter and John Craven. Yeah, Julie as well. You guys are all right. Troy saying Wes, Dean Cundy deserves quite a bit of credit for how Halloween turned out. But you know, Nightmare had some great cinematography too, man.
True.
You know, and great music, Charles Bernstein. So here's the thing, guys. I mean, we definitely could name a lot of other people that have helped out to make these movies great other than the directors. But we're just talking about this particular category. Kill, you made a great point when you said John worked with less and didn't have as much of a formula. Now, I'm going to meet you halfway on that because I think Wes definitely had some inspiration, from movies like Halloween, because you guys saw it in the Battleworld intro. You had those scenes that were very similar. By the way, if you guys are paying attention to things like that, that's what I'm doing with this. Scenes in the classroom, stuff. You got to have that tracking shot of your core group of characters walking down the street or walking down the halls of the school and so forth. So Wes definitely got some stuff from John Carpenter, but to be fair, John got some stuff from Hitchcock, Bob Clark, Black Christmas, and stuff like that. So I think it just goes to show that directors definitely get inspiration from so many sources. But here's where I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with John Carpenter on this one. And let me tell you why. Let me just tell you why. And I know Wes does this type of stuff as well because he helps out with writing on all of his movies and stuff like that. Carpenter does too. And Carpenter wrote up the dialogue for Loomis. Like, he handled Loomis and Deborah Hill handled the ladies. And look, man, if you know me, you know how much I absolutely love the character of Loomis and what he brought. He brought a soul to the movie. So on top of directing, on top of doing the iconic music that to this day is one of the greatest scores in movies, in my opinion, he also wrote one of my favorite horror characters of all time. So it's tough because you guys know I love Wes. There's no doubt about it, but I'm gonna give it to John Carpenter on this one. And Kill, you made some great points that made me really think about that too. So, all right. Joker saying for these two movies, gotta go with Wes. He put a lot of imagination to the character Freddy as well as the movie. Very true. Very true. Kobe's in the chat. How's it going? Let's see. Russell. Wes Carpenter. I know. It's crazy. Let's see. You guys, it's down the middle, man. It's down the middle. Val saying director Halloween. Again, what he produced with so little resources is iconic. It's a good point. It's a good point. Let's see. Frankenstein's in the chat saying Halloween is the most overrated movie ever. Out of 1 million movies, it was probably more than that. This is the most overrated of all time in the history of existence in this universe.
Hey, I give them props for saying it. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But no. I'm just saying, man, I've watched a lot of movies since the 80s.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome.
So James coming in $5 super
Good
chat
Lord.
saying the best music, Halloween theme, and Michael Jackson's Thriller and Monster Mash, aka Mad Monster Party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's listed them all, bro. They are all iconic, and they are all going to be played at the house this Halloween, brother. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right, let's move on. Julie coming in hot saying, I watch Black Christmas every year. Now, that is awesome to know that some old school classics that don't get a lot of love that should, like Black Christmas from 74, I believe. Yeah, 74. She's watching it. You're all right, Julie. You're all right. Next up, guys, cinematography. The cinematography in the movie, Eric. What do we got?
The first one that popped up, because to me they're neck and neck, so I'm going with the first one that popped up into my head was Halloween. Just it's damn near perfect, and that's all I can really say, honestly.
Okay, all right, Coriander. How about you?
Yeah, definitely Halloween. I mean, I love the shot with, and yeah, it's nothing really big, but it's one of my favorites. It's when Annie, goes into the garage to get into her car and the door's locked and she goes and gets her keys and she gets in, she opens the door because when she tried it the first time, obviously, yeah, like I said, it was locked. She
That's
gets right in and she sees the steam and she like puts her fingers through it, like what the hell? And yeah, I just thought that was like awesome. So yeah.
Yeah.
An example of why I chose. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good scene. Absolutely. Okay. Kill, how about you?
This is tough. I think both have great cinematography, but just for the sheer final half of the movie, the final quarter of the movie of Halloween, I'm giving it to Halloween. When you see tracking shots of Jamie Lee in the foreground and you just see the mask just floating in the darkness, the way the camera picks that up and the way it takes a few seconds for your eye to realize it, like, oh crap, it's freaky. The way like the camera dips down, the stairs a little bit, and you see Jamie Lee about to come downstairs as Michael gets at her right at that first, step to kind of come down. The angles are just amazing. The use of light and shadow, just amazing. I got to give it to Halloween simply for that final act alone.
Okay.
Halloween.
All right. Jennifer saying, although I love Nightmare, I'm going to have to go with Halloween on the cinematography. Val saying cinematography, Halloween, the POV shots are amazing. Yep, Kill, the mask appearing out of the darkness, perfection. And let's see, Russell is going with Halloween. Brandon saying, only because I love Dean Cundy's long shots of dark streets, I'll give this one the Halloween. Nightmare has great cinematography as well. All right. Mayanne going with Halloween. Ty saying they are close, but I'd say Halloween. The stalking scenes and when Michael is hiding in the shadows is just very well done. Simple, but effective. Now, and that's true. I do think that Dean Cundy did some great work in Halloween, a lot of great shots. But, when you talk about Nightmare, Jacques Hyken, he did some really cool stuff because you're dealing with this nightmare world. You know what I'm saying? So you have to present it in a way that does feel otherworldly. You had a lot of great tracking shots when Nancy was in the nightmare going to go and see Rod, and the way things were, she was being followed, the bedroom scenes, all these things. Even obviously we talked about the opening, but here's the thing, guys. It's got to go to Halloween for me because when I talk about how many scenes were just so effective in this movie, and they were revolutionizing cinematography, with the equipment that they were using, and it's like it influenced so many other films. And the way that they did the lighting, they worked on the lighting for Michael's mask so much. And I think that's the other reason why when I picked the villain design, like I said earlier, I think you could see Michael better. And a lot of that is lighting. And I just think that they did a better job with Michael than Freddie in that instance. But that's why I'm saying cinematography, I have to go with Dean Cundey because I think he just did a killer job all the way through the film. So, all right. Next up, and before I do that, real quick to catch up, Nightfall. What's going on, Nightfall? In the chat with a $2 super chat, saying, I think Hellraiser versus Candyman would be lit. It could be.
I just wrote that one down. I actually really like that one.
That is a good one. And Nightfall, definitely. Thank you for the suggestion. We appreciate it. And if you get a chance, throw that in the comment section of this episode as well. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And thank you so much for the support, man, and the super chat, and also for being a channel member. We really appreciate it. You know, you guys that are channel members, and we know a lot of you guys have gifted memberships, but it really, really helps us out. So we definitely appreciate it. Seriously, no doubt about that at all. Ty's a fan of the opening of Halloween 2. Yeah, Dean Cundey worked on that as well. Yep, absolutely. Bronson in the chat, what's going on? $5 super chat, saying, what are your thoughts on Johnny Depp's performance in the first Nightmare on Elm Street from '84? I think it was pretty cool. I think his character was written in a way where he had some interesting moments with Nancy, but it wasn't overbearing. You know, this was definitely a Nancy film, and obviously in the beginning, especially with Nancy and Tina, their relationship as friends, which set up everything else in the movie. But I think, you know, for Johnny Depp, obviously he always gives credit to Wes for giving him his big break. I think he did pretty good with it. I really do. He was very likable, you know, and even from then, it didn't surprise me that he became such a great actor and obviously a big star. What about you guys? I know Coriander's a big fan of Johnny Depp, but what do you guys think about his performance in the first Nightmare?
I mean, I thought he was fine. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. He had great chemistry with Heather Langenkamp. They had a good kind of relationship. I loved how sometimes he was kind of giving her shit, you know, when she told him it was like when he does like the woo, you know, he doesn't believe her and teasing her. But based on that performance, I didn't think that he'd be like the superstar that he is now. You know what I mean? But he was fine.
All right. How about you, Kill and Coriander?
You want to go, Coriander?
Okay. Wasn't this like his first role?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. So for someone's first role, I mean, I thought he did pretty damn good. So, yeah.
How about you, Kill?
Yeah, I agree with Coriander. He was you know, he was an interesting, fun character, not overbearing. He wasn't a big jock or anything like that. And he still also, with all that, was a screw up, falling asleep when he wasn't supposed to, you know. Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, agreed. Bronson, thank you so much for that super chat and a really good question. That's a good one. We haven't really had a chance to talk about stuff like that for some of these actors, especially for Johnny Depp. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you, seriously. And let's do another super chat, and you know, for you guys and stuff like that. Thank you so much for the you know, the support. All right, here we go.
Every player, unless they're from the same household, has to bring their own tennis balls so that you don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. I'm going to blush, sorry. If you're playing with someone in your household, you can touch those tennis balls. To avoid confusion between whose balls are whose, you can use a marker, like a Sharpie, to mark out, to put an X or put someone's initials on them.
She should have just stopped in the beginning, right? Eric, the look on your face is just like, what are we doing here?
What are we watching here?
Where are we going with this?
Between tennis balls and Frosted Flakes, man.
Yeah, man. We're going all out.
Good God.
Thank you so much, Bronson. We appreciate you, man. And Sir James coming in as well with a $5 super chat saying Johnny Depp is cool. Lost his virginity in the parking lot of the Whiskey in Hollywood, California. I never knew that. Wow. And Bronson coming in again with another super chat saying, what's your favorite Johnny Depp Tim Burton movie? I'm asking about the movies they collaborated on together. Oh, man. It's tough, man. How about you? I'll start with you, Eric, then Coriander, then Kill.
Easy for me, hands down, is Edward Scissorhands.
Mm.
The look,
Dude.
the performance, the message that the movie has. You know, people are different. Don't treat them different. My daughter picked up on that when she was like 4. You know what I mean? It's a masterpiece, and I personally don't throw out the term masterpiece too often when I talk about movies. I think Edward Scissorhands is a masterpiece. I watch it every Christmas.
All right. How about you, Coriander?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Edward Scissorhands.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Kill. How about you?
Did he direct Sleepy Hollow?
Yes.
Yes. Sleepy Hollow. Yes.
Good choice.
I thought he did. I love Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, that one is good, man. Now that you just said that, you got me thinking too, man, because I love Sleepy Hollow as well. But
And that's like a perfect Halloween movie too.
It is. Jeez, man, I might have. Well, I'll kind of cheat. I was gonna say Edward Scissorhands. I think overall I'd go with Edward Scissorhands just as far as legacy. You know, I've been with that movie longer, but Sleepy Hollow is amazing and so freaking underrated.
I think Edward Scissorhands is overrated.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to give a special mention to Ed Wood as well. If you learning about Ed Wood just as a person, all the stuff that it comes to making a movie with zero budget.
Yes.
Fantastic movie about filmmaking.
Very cool. Very cool. Julie said, "What is that clip?" I know, man. I know. All right, guys. Next up, you knew what we were going to do here, Eric. Our next category, Laurie Strode or Nancy Thompson.
Nancy.
Wow, that was quick.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't even finish my explanation. All right, you go with Nancy.
That's like the easiest one for me, easier than the posters. No disrespect to Laurie. It takes me a while to warm up to her. And don't get me wrong, she gives a strong performance at the end when it's just, mano a mano. I like Nancy from the get-go, and I like her more as the movie goes. So, and then the fact I mean, I get it. Laurie's doing what she can to survive with a knitting needle and a coat hanger. I love the booby traps that Nancy does. So, got to go with that.
Right. All right. And real quick, too, Val had put this in the chat and just reminding people, please click the link, hit the like button for Halloween Fest 2. We are watching Resurrection on Thursday night, and we are going to have a party. It is going to be lit.
Dangertainment.
Hey, hey, there it is.
Let the Dangertainment begin out there.
We are gonna have so many laughs. We're gonna have so many laughs, guys. Don't forget Thursday night, Resurrection. Wednesday night on our good buddy Steven's channel at Craven Something Scary. We're gonna be watching Halloween H2O. It's going to be awesome. And last week for Halloween Fest 2 was amazing on both of our channels. So definitely thank you, Val, for putting the link in there. And yeah, it's going to be so much fun. So join us. All right. So Coriander, I know this is a silly question, but who are you going with, Laurie or Nancy, and why?
Okay, so I love them both. Okay, but I love one just way more. I mean, Nancy, yeah, I love that she made booby traps. And I think because Laurie's a smart girl, okay?
Heck yeah.
And I think if she knew what was coming and what she's been dealing with, like Nancy, she could, I don't know. But for me, yeah, I got to go with Laurie because I just love her so much. So, yeah.
All right. Okay. Kill, how about you?
This is tough. I love them both, but one of them went above and beyond, and I'm giving it to Laurie because Laurie not only worried about herself, she was a babysitter. She saved a kid, dude. Like she
Two
went
kids.
back. Yeah. She went back into hell to save kids, dude. And at possibly at the cost of her life, and for the most part defeated the bad guy. So it's like, dude, my hat is off to you, Laurie Strode.
All right. And Look, I'm just gonna say this is a really tough one. This might be one of the tougher ones because I think both of these characters are great examples of what a final girl is, and they both have played this character multiple times, and I think they're both so good at what they do, and I love them both. I truly, truly do. And Heather Langenkamp, let me just say, on the real, she is so cool in real life. I know we're talking about characters, but it's just that just adds to it. You know what I'm saying? But Kill, you said something that really rings true for me is that, Lori was defending two kids as well, and when she came back in, like in that, especially in that finale, she made sure that the kids were set, you know, at her own risk. And I just think that just edges her out just a little bit.
Yes.
Eric, you made a great point. I love Nancy right from the get-go too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gotta edge it out to Lori just a little bit.
Heather's gonna be upset. You guys just became BFFs, man.
I know. Heather, I'm sorry. I love you.
I'm so jealous.
I absolutely love you. She is so sweet and so humble. But we're talking about characters. And now
I'm just giving shit.
Now, if this was Nancy from Dream Warriors or New Nightmare, I might have a different point of view. Just saying. Okay, so we got that down real quick. Real quick in the chat. Bronson coming again, $5 super chat saying, have you guys ever seen The Woman in Black? Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry Potter's in it. If you guys have seen it, what are your thoughts? It is a pretty good movie, man. Have you guys seen that one?
I saw it once, but it's been so long, I don't remember much of it. I do remember enjoying it, but I would honestly have to revisit it.
It's been a while since I've seen
it. I do really like Daniel Radcliffe since he's gotten away from Harry Potter. I really dig the movie Horns, if you've ever seen that. So, but yeah, I don't remember that much about Woman in Black, to be honest.
How about you, Kill or Coriander? Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's been a while since I've seen it. But I do remember liking it and loving the look of it. So yeah.
All right, Coriander, did you see that one?
No.
Okay. All right. Now I haven't seen it in a while myself, but I will say it was one of those movies that really made me kind of look at Daniel Radcliffe in a different way, man. And kind of like what you were saying, Eric, it kind of made me say, wow, that's pretty cool, because he's obviously moved beyond Harry Potter.
Big time.
I think that he's going to have a really good career. And he really, really has, man. So
Guns Akimbo is another good one that he's in.
Yeah, man. And we had just talked about that not too long ago. I just watched that not too long ago because Kara was like, you got to check out this movie and stuff. And we had talked about it and stuff. So yeah, it's a good one. Yep. Brandon coming in with a $2 super chat. Nancy all day.
Take
she
it.
Never took Freddie's shit. All right. We got another one for Elm Street. And yeah, man. I mean, both of these characters are just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Next up, our next category that we are going to go into, the more important horror film. Both of these films are iconic, and they've obviously spawned amazing, profitable franchises. But which one is more important between the two? Eric, we'll start with you.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I go from super easy to this one. I'm going to look at this logically. I'm going to go with Halloween to what it's added to the genre, because think of it this way, and I'll put some. If there was no Halloween, Sean Cunningham would have nothing to rip off, because he's blatantly said that's what Friday the 13th was.
That's
and
right.
Also, get a running list of how many silent killers there are in horror movies. I love the creativity of Freddy, but I think Halloween has done more for the genre and for film in general.
All right. Okay. Kill, how about you?
This is hard because I kind of look at it as John Carpenter already was a great genre director. science fiction movies, so forth, this and that. This cemented him also into the horror world, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Whereas Wes, Nightmare cemented him into like, oh man, like you are a great horror director and so forth. And if we didn't have like Nightmare on Elm Street, we eventually wouldn't have had Scream and so forth.
Right.
But with all that being said, I still have to go Halloween, just because so much was done with less. And yes, there were movies that came before it, but Halloween just took horror into another level. And then you have a scream queen like like Jamie Lee in here. Yeah, Halloween is more important.
Okay, all right. So you're going with Halloween. Eric, you went with Halloween.
Correct.
Coriander, how about you?
I am going to go with Halloween because I just am. So
there you go.
Okay. All right. And real quick too, in the chat, and Sarah, thank you for keeping a track on that. Hour and a half in, still 54 people in the chat. Thank you so much. Val saying 56 likes. Way to go to all in the chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you guys helping us out. And if you have just come into the stream, hit the like button. It helps to support us. Gina, what's going on? Saying night all and much love. Catch the replay. All right. Hope you're doing well. Catch you next time, Gina. Thank you so much for being here. Carrie saying they're both very important because Halloween was innovative and did so much for the slasher genre, whereas Nightmare was also innovative and did much for original concept in the horror genre.
Good point.
The only thing with Freddy, though, guys, is they made him too funny. And that totally ruined like a lot of those movies for me.
Right, but we're talking about these
Halloween. I get it, but I'm sorry, but no.
That's okay. I picked Halloween anyway, so.
Right. Danielle's in the chat. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. We are having a huge battle here. It's absolutely crazy. For me, both of these movies, it's kind of like a baton, right? Halloween, I think, really put the slasher genre kind of on the map. It didn't start it. It wasn't like it was, the beginning of it or anything, but I think it kind of put it on the map. And I think Friday is what really busted the door down. And then we had that period from 80 to 84, 85, where it was just like slasher paradise, right? But when Nightmare came out, it came out at a time when it was able to throw in that creativity, and obviously develop a character that became just part of pop culture. So both of these movies have done so much. That being said, I have to go with Halloween on this. And I'm doing that because of the fact that as they were putting this movie together, you had all these creatives involved, not just John, but Deborah Hill, the producers, Mustafa Akkad, those guys.
Tommy Lee Wallace,
Nick Castle, there were so many people that were kind of it was lightning in a bottle. It's one of the best examples of lightning in a bottle. The fact that at first they weren't even going to have Donald Pleasance in this film, but John Carpenter was thinking, well, if we do someone like Christopher Lee or Peter Cushing, they're going to be too recognizable. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to have someone that was less recognizable. Just little things like that. Now, some people might say it's luck. Some people may say it's skill. It's probably more so both. But the point of it is that all of those things came together, and I really think it opened the door big time for everything that came after it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm going for me.
Halloween, like I said, I mentioned Tommy Lee Wallace. Halloween gave him his start, and if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have my favorite, Halloween 3. So,
yep. Let's see. Lightning in a bong. Did I say that? Hopefully I didn't. Carrie saying, if you were to tie my hands behind my back and force me to choose one, I would have to choose Halloween because of the fact that Carpenter made so much out of so little. No bells and whistles, just creativity. Well, there you go. There you go. Elm Street's Last Brat is in the chat. Hello, everyone.
Love that name.
Just now tuning in. I'm going with Nightmare, as I'm sure you already guessed. We did. We did. Let me just tell you what. You might want to help out. You might want to help out. All right. Next up, Eric, as we start to wind down, we're down to like the 20-minute mark here. Of course, we got to talk about Loomis or Lieutenant Thompson. What do we got?
Man,
Donald Pleasance versus John Saxon.
I mean, this is easy street, but that does sound kind of disrespectful. You can't compare anyone to Dr. Loomis. I love John Saxon in this. I love him in Part 3. I love him in Enter the Dragon. You know, I'm not a big fan of Black Christmas. I love him in that, but it's Dr. Loomis. That's all I really have to say. You know what I mean?
All right. Ty's going with Loomis. Mike's going with Loomis. Brandon is holding on strong with John Saxon.
That's just tough.
And I have no problem with that because I love John Saxon. Hale's going with Loomis. Russell's going with Loomis. Danielle saying, Loomis, don't even recall who Thompson is.
That'll say something. Eh?
Wow. Jennifer going with Loomis. All right. Nightfall saying Loomis is untouchable. This is easy street. May going with Loomis. Carrie saying Loomis hands down. Yeah. Wow. All right. Kill. What are we doing with this one?
Do I even need to go?
Hey man, I'm just being fair.
Okay. I coined this phrase, so I'll say it again. This is easy street.
Pull up a chair.
Loomis is the GOAT. Okay. Loomis is other than Colonel Troutman, one of the biggest hype man. You know, John Saxon, love him, rest in peace.
Yes.
He was a dad. He was a dad that helped kill, you know, a child killer, you know, and he happened to be, you know, a sheriff. Come on,
Preach.
Loomis.
Preach it.
Come on.
All right, Coriander, how about you?
Obviously, Loomis. I mean, he was in the movie way more. I mean, and he, you know, John wasn't even really listening to Heather, you know, like, get some sleep, you know, let me take care of it. She's like, I can get this guy, you know, where Loomis, he's like, he was just so persuasive and he wouldn't stop. And I'm not saying Nancy didn't, but I mean, come on. Loomis is just, he's the GOAT. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Mayan coming in with the line of all times. I shot him 6 times. All right. Binaural in the house. What's up? Welcome to the chat, saying Loomis. And by the way, for you guys that are just coming in, please remember to hit the like button. It would definitely help to support us. We'd appreciate it. Jen saying, I have to say Loomis. All right, Jen. Virgo, that's right. Loomis was Michael's hype man. No doubt about it. Danielle saying Loomis arguably created Michael.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Very good point. Love that. Marquise in the chat. What's going on? What's going on?
Technically, Thompson created Kruger, him and the other parents.
It's true.
It's true. Good point.
I mean, they really create. You know, they created Freddie more than Loomis created Michael.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good point. Elm Street going with Loomis on this one. Wow.
Yeah.
The truth
There's
is
no
coming
lying
out.
here.
There's no lying here.
There's never been any lying here. Never. Okay. Wow. Very, very cool. The blackest eyes, the devil's eye. For me, come on, guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And I love Saxon. You know, me and Kill, you know, we grew up on the sax, and you know, he's awesome. But rest in peace to both of these fantastic actors. But as far as characters are concerned, there's no doubt that Loomis was the soul, not only of this movie, but of the franchise. He was the glue. Just an amazing character. I mean, seriously, when I say I absolutely love this character, I truly mean it. So got to go with Loomis on this one. All right. We're almost at the end here, guys. A couple more categories left. This is crazy. And wow. Atmosphere, Eric, the atmosphere of the film. Which movie has the better atmosphere?
For a horror movie, I'm going with Halloween, because pretty much from beginning to end, you have the creepy feeling. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of moments of levity or just talking in Elm Street. A lot of it's, build up and stuff like that. But I just think overall the atmosphere for a horror movie and to get, the point across or to make the villain scary, it's done a lot better in Halloween.
Okay. All right. Coriander, how about you?
We broke her.
Oh, we did?
She's at
Coriander,
a
you
loss
there?
for words.
All right. Kill.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
There she is.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know. I hate to do this, but I think Nightmare with, especially with Tina's kill. I mean, that right there sets you up for, wow. It was like, that's probably one of my favorite kills out of obviously that movie. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Nightmare on this one.
All right. How about you, Kill?
This one's close, but I'm gonna go with Halloween because it's a nice little rural town, and that's during the daytime. When it gets nighttime, it gets scary because Mike is just walking around, and on top of that, it's Halloween time, and they're even able to make a house creepy where you have a babysitter watching kids. Once the lights go out, it's just a whole nother level of nightmare fuel. No disrespect to Freddy, but his stuff is all in the dreamscape. So
good point.
I got to give it Halloween here.
Very good point.
This is what I really enjoy about this, because you guys, all three of you guys always make good points that answers this question in a certain way where it's a good perspective. You know what I mean? Like it's more than just a basic answer. That's why I love doing this. So thank you guys for doing it, because it makes me think of these movies in different ways, which of course fuels my own passion for them.
A lot of it for me has to do with the categories, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's cool stuff. This is so much fun, man. And real quick, Danielle saying my neighbor subbed. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support. Welcome. Very, very cool. For me, the atmosphere, both of these movies have great atmosphere to them. They really do. I will have to go with Halloween. And the reason I'm going to go with Halloween is because the thing that's great about this movie is that right from the beginning, you feel like it's Halloween time. Like you see the leaves that they had to put down and pick back up and stuff like that. Robert Englund helped with that, by the way, so there's that connection. The music, the way that the kids are getting ready for trick-or-treating, Lori babysitting them on Halloween, they're watching horror movies and eating popcorn and carving the pumpkin, all these little things. Michael as a character embodies this holiday, so they hit the nail with that. Even scenes like when he's wearing, when he's doing the Bob scare with the sheet on. When we were kids, Kill, and you remember this, putting on a white sheet like that was a scary image.
Yeah,
I know it's not scary for people nowadays, but as a kid, that was a scary image growing up. As a little kid, I mean. And so they have that in this movie. So they have all these things that just kind of keep making you feel like you're embedded in this story, this atmosphere. So I got to go with Halloween, but again, Elm Street. Wow. I mean, it's great atmosphere in Elm Street, but Halloween just edges it out. Edges it out. All right. Real quick too, in the chat, we got Brandon saying Nightmare for atmosphere. Hale going with Halloween. May going with Halloween. Mike going with Halloween. Russell going with Halloween. Wow, we're all over the place. Elm Street. Friday is going with Elm Street. All right. Julie saying Halloween. Never mind the palm trees. It definitely feels like fall. That's right, Julie. Julie's all right. She knows what's going on. Keeping track of the details. I
never noticed the palm trees, after watching it a dozen times until they were pointed out. So
yes,
I'm not gonna lie.
True enough. Let's see. And real quick, and Val got Eric's link in the live chat again. Thank you so much. We appreciate
that,
Val.
Yeah. Thank
Also,
you.
we got a link if you'd like to become a channel member and join us for exclusive hangouts and watch parties and more. That is the link. You just click the link. We got Elm Street's Last Brat coming in $10 super chat saying, I love the atmosphere of Nightmare. It's dark, looming, brings the element of horror and fantasy. Freddy is the Clint Eastwood of horror. I like that.
That's good.
The Clint Eastwood of horror. All right. Elm Street's Last Brat is trying to make this thing happen. 10 points to Nightmare on
That goes with the gunslinger motif that Robert was thinking of.
It is.
That's cool.
No doubt. Dre is in the chat. What's up? Saying Halloween, the atmosphere cannot be denied. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, our next category, as we're winding down 10-minute mark, we got the final battle, Eric. What do we think of the final battle?
I mean, they're both really, really good, but I kind of already said it in the Lori versus Nancy category. I'm going with Elm Street because I'm a sucker for the booby traps. You know what I mean? I really like how she had to plan ahead and set stuff up to get him where she needed him to be, type of thing. So it's tough, but I'm going with Nancy and Elm Street.
Okay, how about you, Coriander?
We broke her again.
We did. Okay. All right.
Sorry, I'm here.
All right.
Okay,
sure?
so yes, I am. Okay, so this is hard because I love Lori, but if this was a different movie that she was fighting Michael in, I would probably pick her. But with Nancy, I mean, she was kicking Freddy's ass. She brought him out of the dream world into reality, and I mean, come on, she rocked it. So there's no lying here. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
Brandon's going with Nightmare. Julie says Halloween final battle for sure. Danielle saying Freddy for final battle. Michael bores me. Ooh, wow. Ty saying Nightmare has the better battle. Freddy on fire and the marshmallow stairs. There you go. All right. Kill, how about you?
This is a hard one because you have planning versus improvising. I think improvising makes it scarier. When I think of improvising, I think of like, dressing as Jason Voorhees' mom, putting a sweater on real quick, or like shaving your head real quick to look like a young Jason. To me, that makes the battle scarier because you're scrapping, you're doing whatever you can. I'm going with Halloween because Laurie Strode was this close to death. I know you guys can't see my fingers. This close.
There you go.
to death. Hiding in a closet, dude, as Michael is breaking into that closet. Michael does not bore me. Michael scares me. And she was smart enough to grab a coat hanger, and do what she had to do. And then on top of that, Loomis is coming in. He's going to put some bullets in you. So, hey, I got to go final battle, Halloween.
All right.
Yeah, but can I just say too, you got to remember, Nancy hadn't slept for how many days, right? Because if you sleep, you're gonna die. She only had to do like one night, a few hours of dealing with Michael. Just saying, just throwing that out there, Night.
True.
Because your brother tends to. Okay, I didn't think of that, and you're gonna sway my answer. So
no. When I say that,
but Nancy hasn't slept for 7 days. But Loomis shot him 6 times.
Let me just say something. That I don't mean that I'm gonna just follow anyone. What I'm saying is that as I'm listening to what you guys say, I think it's very interesting. I think there's only been maybe once that I was swayed, and that's because I was really kind of in the middle, and that wasn't on this episode, anyways. But final battle, I think that again, this is really, really challenging because both of these characters they went through a lot. But I'm gonna go with Elm Street on this one. And that's because I think with Nancy, again, she was planning how to deal with this situation that was very scary, that killed 2 of her friends and then her boyfriend, right? So there's no fear, or I should say there's fear, but she's beating her own fear. And then of course, fighting Freddy when he's right there in front of her. I just think it was just really, really an amazing final battle in a horror movie. So, and I love the final battle in Halloween, but Kill, like you said, Loomis came and helped out too. And that is not to knock Laurie. That's just how the story is, because Laurie is in every person, right? And I like that. She's not like some freaking samurai warrior, just a different type of person that had to step up to the challenge. And she did in that closet scene. That's where she really stepped up and overcame. But I just got to edge this out to Elm Street just by a little bit. So, all right, real quick. Brandon saying 7 days. Man going with Nightmare. Yes. Brandon said Marjorie sinking into the bed as a burned skeleton. Come on, that image is fantastic. It is. That one creeped me out as a kid too, man. All right, Eric. Next up, which film is more rewatchable?
For me, that's easy. Elm Street.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bullshit question.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is, because I could watch both of these movies over and
that's why I'm asking it.
That's why you're forced to choose.
Yeah,
I'm picking them both. Damn it! They both get a point from me.
Hey, finish up, Eric. What were you were done?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I know how to pick my battles. Elm Street.
All right, Coriander, we've got a couple minutes left. What's your answer?
Oh, damn it. I'm gonna go Halloween.
Okay. All right. Kill, how about you?
Easy Street. One of these movies is a holiday.
That's right.
All right. I love both of these movies, and I've seen both of these movies way more times.
A million gazillion times.
Yeah, you probably you wouldn't even want to know how many times. That being said, I watch Halloween more. And
yeah, you do.
It's as simple as that, and it just never ever gets old, man. I mean, obviously Elm Street doesn't either, but it just speaks to how much I've watched both of these movies. But Halloween I've watched more. So, all right, you knew we had to do this sooner or later, Eric. Freddy or Michael Audrey Myers? Which icon do you go with?
Freddy. Easy.
Right.
I think there's more to him. I like the look more. I no offense to Jason, who is my goat. I like my killers to have a personality, and Michael doesn't really have one. You can love him as much as you want. He's the silent killer. He's the killer shark in the overalls. You know what I mean?
Baggy ass overalls.
There's a lot more for me to enjoy with Freddy. Plus, I love the whole dream thing. So going with Freddy.
All right, Coriander, how about you?
Obviously, I'm gonna do Michael.
All right.
She was a little slow for that obviously comment, but that's just my take.
I know. Ronan's going with Halloween. Troy's going with Elm Street. Mike's going with Halloween. Jennifer's going with Halloween. Ty is going with saying I watch Halloween 2 more. Okay, so I guess Ty's going with Elm Street. Brandon saying Freddy. We knew he would say that. He's holding strong. D going to Halloween. Hale is a Michael fan. Blucka's in the chat. Going with Freddy.
Attaboy.
And Jen said I watched Halloween 3 times and still don't like it. Wow. So she's going with Elm Street. All right. Okay. Kill. Who we going with? All right.
He's been waiting to do that all night.
He was waiting.
I slept the whole time.
How many times have I bought this movie? Like,
right?
I love Michael Myers, but I still love Jason more. But hey, thank you.
There you go. Val's going with The Shape. For me, it's tough. And now all you guys, if you've watched us enough, Jennifer going with Freddy, Jen's going with Freddy. You guys know, and especially I can say this for Kill as well. We grew up on Freddy and Jason and Michael. Okay, so when we talk about the Trinity, when I say the Trinity, that's what I'm talking about, and I love them all. Obviously, Jason's my go-to guy, but if it wasn't for Jason there, and growing up, I've gone back and forth with these icons as far as what I was watching more. But right now, man, picking between these two great icons, I gotta go with Michael.
Yeah, you do.
Gots to go with Michael, man. The mythology, the background, the fact that why is he fucking doing this, dude? I don't understand. I'm invested, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's just very interesting. And if Freddy is as well. Freddy is as well. But in this movie, in these two movies, Michael intrigues me even more. You know, Freddy, we know he was a child killer. The mob got him, they killed him. He's coming back, exacting revenge on the children of the parents that killed him. And that's all good. I don't know why Michael killed Judith. Why did he stay locked up, kind of like looking at a wall, seeing past the wall, waiting for this night 15 fucking years later? Why? Why on Halloween? How is he able to ride dirty with the mask on? I don't know.
All these questions are never going to get answered. So why?
And that's what I love. That's what I
Why
love.
ask?
So that's why I'm picking Michael. And it's tough because, again, you know, Freddy is part of my trilogy. So real quick, let's just jump into the chat here. Jennifer saying Freddy is the GOAT. There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Jen going with Freddy. Nightfall is saying Michael is the GOAT. All right. Elm Street saying I agree, Eric. And Danielle saying Freddy was scarier to me. Michael's just the guy off his meds for a night. I like that.
I
Off
like
his
that.
meds. That is good. Holy moly. All right. So real quick, and we have one more. We got a super chat that came in too. Let me get to that and then we'll finish up. We've got one category left.
All right.
And we're gonna count this sucker up. We've got I just lost it here. Wow. Oh, okay. Bronson, $10 super chat. Thank you, man. Seriously. Saying in Delirious, Eddie Murphy talks about how black people would never be seen in a haunted house movie because they would leave if anything supernatural occurs. That is one of his stand-up routines. I remember Delirious. Delirious is
I haven't
amazing.
seen it forever.
It is awesome. If you need to watch good comedy stand-up, you watch Delirious or Raw. Raw was good too, man. Raw was a good one. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate the support. Seriously. No doubt about it. Much love. Much love. All right, guys. Let's go to our final category. And I know Coriander's going to love this one. We got to choose which is the better movie. Are we going with Nightmare or we're going with Halloween? Eric.
I'm going with Nightmare on Elm Street.
right.
I think it's a better character. I think it's more creative. I love what Wes did behind the camera more than what Carpenter did, whether it's less is more or not. The total package all put together, I think Elm Street is better.
Okay. Coriander, how about you?
For me, I'm choosing by the one that I watch the most out of the two.
Okay.
And I have to go Halloween.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Mhm.
Okay. Kill, how about you?
I think you guys know I'm going to say Halloween. I love them both, but this man was walking around Haddonfield in daytime. That's all I got to say. Hiding behind bushes, being a creeper to teenage girls. And you know why he could do it?
Because he didn't have his medication.
No, because it's Halloween and he knew how to blend in.
Because he's the shape, bro.
He's the shape, baby.
Listen, man. Both of these movies, it's amazing. Seriously, these are the best of the best, man. We've got a lot for Nightmare here. Halloween. Mike's going with Halloween. Jen's going with Nightmare. Elm Street's Last Brat is holding on to the torch for Nightmare. Just another horror fan saying Elm Street is better, but Halloween is more iconic. I love that comment, man, because that truly shows how difficult these two matched up are.
Yeah,
it really is. Troy saying Nightmare every day of the year, twice on Halloween. All right. All right. For me, I got to go with Halloween. I'm going to make it quick. And the reason why is I just think overall Elm Street is more creative, obviously. You know, you're talking about another dimension, basically, or a dreamscape, as Robert likes to call it. And that's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. But with Halloween, it just captures that feel, man. Right from the beginning of the movie all the way to the last scene, the last moment on screen where you're hearing the breath, you see the Myers house, and you're like, where the fuck is he? Because you know he's alive and you don't know where he is. You know why? Because he's the boogeyman. And the mythology of that, the way they created that mythology from beginning to end, I think was consistent, or more consistent, I should say. And like you famously say, Eric, at the end of Nightmare, the stinger, you know, give or take it, you know, I think it was okay for what it was. I know a lot of people, you know, were kind of like, that's so cheesy. But the way that he was defeated, it was kind of like, well, if that was supposed to be the answer, then how does he come back? And that's why Wes didn't want to do the stinger. That's why Wes didn't want to do the stinger, because if Nancy figured out the way to defeat Freddy by turning her back on her fear, that's all awesome. But dog, he came back and, you know, he's alive. Now, again, I'm cool with it as a fan because I want to see more Freddy and I still love it. But I'm just saying, comparing it to this movie versus Halloween from beginning to end, I think it was wrapped up so well with Michael. You know, how does he do that? How is he more than human? How did he survive that? And then you don't know. And if Carpenter had it his way, you would have never known.
Right.
There would have never been another movie. So that's why I got to give it to Halloween. All right, guys, this is awesome. Man, I got to count up these points. Eric, Coriander, and Kill. Let's just get some final thoughts real quick. We got about 5 minutes, and let us know what you thought about this battle.
Final thoughts. This is one I was looking forward to the most for a long time, because, you know, we're not poking fun. We're not having, you know, the best of the bads go against each other. You know what I mean? It's been a long time. I think that we've had these two strong of films going against each other. And it really was hard to pick in a lot of these categories. So it was, I mean, I think tonight was a lot of fun, forcing us to choose between two great films.
Yeah, I'm glad that, like I always say with these tough ones, that it's over, because it just sucks when you have to choose between two movies that you enjoy. I mean, for me, this is like one of my favorite ones with Freddy, because like I said, in a lot of these films, he's just too silly for me. And for me to be scared or creeped out, I don't need to be, you know, seeing you play Nintendo or, you know, fucking making these dumbass noises as you're stretching out a chalkboard and all this other shit.
You know, Knight, you just said something that was very interesting, just pretty much talking about how at the end of Halloween, you know, you don't see Michael's body. He took all these shots and he got away. And whereas Freddy, there is a finite conclusion, but there's that little stinger. But if you keep in mind, if you were to watch Halloween and the original Halloween 2, the tenacity of this killer that just got shot 6 times now either walks or drives to the hospital you're at and still tries to kill you. Like that's going above and beyond. I mean, now I know the new trilogy kind of retcons the whole Halloween 2, but I love Halloween 2. And literally, he's like, "Look, Lori, it ain't over yet. You know, the night is just begun." Whereas if you were to look at Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and then 2, you're like, this is a little disjointed, a little different, new protagonists. Okay. How long it has, what's the time lapse and so forth. So, you know, but they're both great movies, great slashers. But yeah, you know, Michael just edges it out a little bit for me.
Wow. Interesting. All right, real quick before we announce the winner, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it so much. Val, thank you for putting the links in the chat, and Sarah as well. Definitely, if you like to become part of the inner circle and join us as a channel member. That's the link. You just hit it, click it, and we're all set. We do exclusive watch parties and streams and hangouts. May, thank you for putting the link in for Halloween Fest 2, which continues this week on our buddy Steven's channel. Craving Something Scary on Wednesday night for H2O. Thursday night we'll be back here for Halloween Resurrection. This is an event, man. We're just having fun, and we're glad to have you guys be a part of it. So join us if you haven't already. Sarah's got the link for Eric's channel in the chat. Click the link, hit subscribe. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, okay? I got some fun stuff planned for next month.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. And Danielle saying thanks tonight in the panel. You all are awesome. You're fantastic and bringing your fans into the conversation with you all. Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah. We appreciate that. I mean, we try to do it as best as we can, and I think that's why we enjoy doing live streams is so that we can talk with you guys and get your thoughts and just be a community. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That really means a lot. Seriously. All right, guys. So we gotta give these points out and see who won. This was crazy. Okay, so let me first just say, obviously, Sir James made sure some things were going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the point total before that. Okay. So before that, or before the super chats, and this was really surprising, guys. I did not expect this, but we had a score of 47 to 25.
Oh, wow.
What?
That big of a difference still.
It was a huge difference,
Holy
bro.
Shit, that's the biggest one yet.
I know. This is why this is all weird,
Was it bigger than TCM only getting 5 though? TCM 2?
That's true. That's true.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that one.
But we all voted on both sides of the field, and wow, but it's crazy. But the winner,
this is crazy though.
Well, this is even crazier. But the winner is Michael Audrey Myers, and obviously Michael Myers and Sir James made sure it was going to happen. But we also do count our own point total. So next week, it's like recount. Next week.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Michael is going to be driving dirty from Haddonfield all the way to Crystal Lake. And I'm not talking about Manhattan either. I'm talking about Crystal Lake itself.
Yeah, man.
Not Vancouver.
Not
Vancouver, buddy. We're not going to be a no boat.
Because there is a champion. You guys know who that champion is. Here he is.
Yeah.
There it is.
All the way, man.
I wanna say this too. Next week, this will be the third battle between Jason and Michael too. Crazy. And obviously, if Jason's the champion, Michael has not beaten Jason yet.
Oh,
that's right.
He's not gonna. I'm sorry.
And Jason, and let me also just say, Jason got those 3 wins early, bro.
Yes.
Early in this series of Battleworld. So Jason is
we haven't seen Jason since the last time he was the third one, and we're now on what you said 16.
Oh my god!
Well, that says it. He's been waiting.
But guys, what if Michael pulls it out?
Hey.
What if Michael it would set the world on fire?
Buster Douglas beat Tyson, so
shit. Come on now. Don't freaking say that shit.
Corander's gonna have a conniption.
Oh my god.
George Foreman won the title at that age, so
guys, all I'm gonna say is you guys in the chat definitely tune in, and these guys might need your support big time.
It's true, bro. So yes, you might have to help out here. So look, for you guys in the chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. This has been amazing.
Coriander's worried.
We've
well, yeah,
she should
Sir
be.
James.
She doesn't know what side Sir James might come down.
I think I know. He's like, I think I know with what happened tonight.
Maybe you'll be lucky. Sir James's internet will be down next Tuesday.
And let me just say this, and I want to tease this, but we also have an interesting way that this heavyweight title match will happen. So it's going to be really cool next week. It's going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be really, really fun, guys. So definitely check us out next week, right before 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Leave some comments, guys. Let us know what you thought about this episode. This was awesome. We had 50 plus people the whole time, and that is amazing in and of itself. So we appreciate all of you so much. And we will catch you guys next time. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace out.
Cheers.
Shot up 6 times.
6 times.